Hello everyone, good evening. Welcome to the technical session 567. I'm Ansi Soni and this session will be moderated by me. On behalf of Global Knowledge Research Foundation, it's my great pleasure to invite you to the ICICT Conference 2023, London, United Kingdom. The 8th edition of the conference is being organized in a hybrid mode. The physical event was held in London on 20th and 21st of February, and the virtual event will be held today, that is 23rd of February. I hope you will enjoy the knowledgeable and interactive session through the day. So in this session, we have 6 presentations and each presentation will have a total of 15 minutes, in which 12 minutes for the presentation and the remaining 3 minutes for the questions and answers. On 10 minutes, we'll raise a gentle reminder. There is another request to all the participants that you all stay connected with us till the closing remark. And if there any question or any update or any query regarding this conference, you can write it to me in the chat box. So I would like to start the conference with the introduction of our session chair. So in this session, we have 2 chairs. First, Dr. Bayar Sahab. Dr. Bayar Sahab is the founder of Video Academy, a cheerful business-minded research professional with a PhD from the University of Rome, Tor Vergata, Italy. He is an entrepreneur with 10 plus years of experience in tech, banking and fintech, business development, consultancy, coaching and training. He has led major product projects and conducted technical consultancy, training delivery and project management for several organizations and business. And we have our second chair, Mahesh Bundle. He is working as principal and director of Punima College of Engineering, Jaipur. While working at Punima University, he has established unique R&D processes for master's and doctoral programs. He also established and executed rules, policies, and regulations in the regard. At Punima College of Engineering, he has established unique technique, learning processes, and implemented outcome-based education system in the institute. He has published more than 50 research papers in national and international conferences and journals. He is senior member of IEEE, life member of ISTE and IEI, and a member of ACM. He has worked as secretary in IEEE Rajasthan subsection and also as member development chair in IEEE Rajasthan subsection. He is member standing committee member for technical and professional activities at IEEE Delhi. So I would like to request our session chair to give a quick welcome remark.
Hello. Welcome everyone. Welcome everyone. It's a pleasure for me today to be here with you. My name is Bayar. I will be your session chair for today. As Mansi mentioned, you will have each 12 minutes to present your presentation, and we will have 2-3 minutes to discuss and have QA sessions as well. So what I will do is when we start the presentation, the last 5 minutes, I will give you a sign just doing that. When I do that, it means you have 5 minutes left for your presentation from the 12 minutes so that you know how much time you have left. And then at the very end of the presentation, I will softly remind you that your time is almost ending. We can, I believe, start with the first presentation. The title is NFT and Digital Art, Ukrainian Experience of Using Crypto Art. The author is Marina Tolmak from Ukraine. Hi, Marina.
Hello.
Great, Marina. You have the floor. You can share your screen and start your presentation.
Thank you. Do you see my screen?
We see your screen, yeah.
Okay, thank you. So I'm very happy to be here today. 1 year ago, I also spoke at this conference and talk about the experience of organizing the educational process in my University of Culture and Arts in the conditions of the pandemic COVID-19. And it was February 23, and that was my last peaceful day in my country. And today, I want to introduce how art and technology have become an important tool for supporting the Ukrainian people and for our fight against Russian aggression. Let's begin with NFT term. As you know, it's a unique digital certificate registered on a blockchain that identify digital elements but are distinct from those digital elements. Unlike standard cryptocurrencies, each tokens is unique and has no analogs. Therefore, the potential use of NFT tokens allows any product to be digitized or transferred to the blockchain. They can apply to both real, tangible assets and fully digital products. Do you know that NFT has become the word of 2021 according to the Russian Collins Dictionary? I think you also heard about the most expensive NFT artwork by Beeple, which sold for $69 million in 2021. This artwork. Since 27th, artist Mike Winkelmann, known as Beeple, has created one drawing every day and combined all 5,000 of his own works into a collage and called it every day the first 5,000 days. This was the first time that Christie's auction house sold a JPG file and at auction. And Winkelmann said, now there is a way to collect digital art. Art has always been closely related to the development of technology. When most industries were just discovering any technology, the art world has already using it. The emergence of the camera allowed the digitization of works of art. 3D technology allowed galleries, museums, and other institutions to make their collection more accessible to a wide audience. And virtual and augmented reality technologies made the experience of interacting with art more interactive. The emergence of the internet has become not only a tool for demonstrating and popularizing art, but also a source of inspiration and the way of creating it. The development of social networks has made art even closer, allowing artists to communicate directly with their audience and display and sell their work without intermediaries. Art and cultural institutions aim to create a unique experience for their visitors, increasingly using new ICT for the display, promotion, and conservation of their collections. Arts actively interacts with modern technologies, leads to the emergence of new art movements, goes beyond the traditional perception of works purely for aesthetic value. And NFT and art, it's about its relationships. Art gave impetus to the development of the NFT market as an essential part for the virtual economy of the metaverse. The benefits of NFTs became the basis for the emergence of a new artistic movement, crypto art, and have defined new ways of creating, collecting, and owning works of art. The innovation of the NFT market is that it pushes to rethink the concept of ownership of the digital dimension. It proved that our habit of getting content online for free by simply copying it is unfair to those who create and distribute digital work. The NFT market has established the same rules that apply to the traditional art market. A digital work has a buyer who pays for its ownership. And now the world is actively buying and selling digital art objects in the form of NFT tokens, from painting and unreleased songs of favorite artists to virtual sneakers and tacos. And the number on the screen is the crypto market capitalization. And after unprecedented growth in 2021, against the background of cryptocurrency depreciation, the NFT market is also showing a significant decline during 2022. But in particular, it found that major players from all walks of life and all industries continue to launch NFT-related innovations. There is no sector in the world that is now not currently working on its own NFT projects, officially or unofficially. Our study contains an analysis of the concept of crypto art and analyzes its features. Now you can see the concept of digital art and NFT art, and the artistic phenomenon of crypto art is most attractive to a broader and younger cohort of potential artists and collectors, including the crypto community, and provides new ways to engage audience and interact with the community. The important question about crypto art and its properties and its value is crypto art defined by its properties as a financial instrument or by the aesthetic of a specific digital artifact. Okay. I will show you Ukrainian experience about using crypto art, digital art to support Ukraine in condition of war. In 2022, Ukraine is ranked third in a global crypto index. And Ukraine is among the top 5 countries in the world with the largest number of owners of cryptocurrency. Our parliament in 2022 adopted a law on virtual assets, which determines the legal status, classification, and ownership of virtual assets. And this law will allow foreign and Ukrainian cryptocurrency exchange to operate legally. And the Ukrainian art community shows a constant interest in the use of blockchain technologies. In 2022, in Ukraine, digital artists create NFT collections and continue to raise funds through the NFT artwork to support Ukraine. There are some charitable NFT collections, each of which has its own idea and is intended to support Ukraine. I quickly show you these collections. And the main goal is to support Ukrainian people and raise funds for military and humanitarian aid. It's my favorite collection. It's Avatars for Ukraine. It's a charity NFT collection of the iconic digital art created in response to the largest war since World War II. A group of top video game and cinema digital artists organized a charity NFT auction to raise money for medical aids for the Ukrainian defenders. The uniqueness of this collection is that all artworks by more than 50 talented Ukrainian digital artists were created during the first months of the war. In the condition of war, the artistic community creates unique cultural and artistic projects that combine art, blockchain, and modern digital technologies. Their purpose, in addition to fundraising, is to record the event of the war through the prism of art, popularize Ukrainian culture, and preserve cultural heritage. Such projects are supported by the blockchain community and the government. This project meant for Ukraine. It's a unique collaboration between visionary artist Phil Bosua and artificial intelligence. This sub-collection inspired by Ukrainian writers, poets, filmmakers, artists, as well as ordinary Ukrainian people and cultural symbols. Artificial intelligence interpreted text, background music, and reference images. Next project is dedicated to Ukrainian children affected by the war. With the help of blockchain technologies, the authors want to show and preserve in history the various feelings and emotions that children felt during this terrible time, from fear and despair to hope and faith in victory. The photo collection is publicly available on the project website and on social network, and children's drawings from Ukraine and all over the world will be combined into a collage that will be put up for charity NFT auction. Proceeds will be transferred for the humanitarian aid fund for children affected by the war. Next project that combines modern digitization and blockchain technologies to preserve cultural heritage. And this project supported by the government. Quickly show you. And also use blockchain technologies. And the world's first NFT war museum recently launched in Ukraine. The project was created in order to spread the truth about the military invasion of Russia and crimes against civilians. This development combines blockchain technologies, arts, and recording of historical events. And the project teams decided to give a part of NFT sales profit to the restoration of Ukrainian cultural institution. Meta History project will show how digital world can help to save cultural heritage of the real post-war world. And let's go to conclusion. The main conclusion, I think, is about role of digital art and digital technologies in support of Ukrainian people. And during the war in Ukraine, digital art and crypto art in particular began to be used for charitable purposes.
Your time is up. I gave you more seconds as well. Thank you very much for your very interesting topic. I just have one question. As you highlighted in the very beginning, you said the NFT market is being regulated as well. Who is regulating the NFT market, and is there a regulation entity who is regulating this NFT globally?
Not globally, but in Ukraine, we have a law about virtual assets, and this make it possible to for foreign and Ukrainian cryptocurrency exchange to work legally. And our government have the official crypto wallets, and everyone can donate cryptocurrency for our government or in official level.
Okay, okay, great. Thank you so much, Marina.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, presenter, and our sessions here. Next, I would like to invite our presenter, Vini Livet Herrera Esquindin, to present her paper.
Good morning, everybody. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, thank you. Good morning. Our title of our project is Optimization of the Photovoltaic Station for Charging Electric Vehicle. The author are Winnie Herrera, Saúl Beltosa, Rolando Iparraguirre, Jocelyn Zapata, and Michael Cabanillas. Outline, introduction, methodology, result, and discussion, and conclusion. Climate change is a global emergency. This problem required coordinated solution in all levels in order to move toward low carbon economic. The Paris Agreement establishes a sustainable reduction of greenhouse gas emissions that would keep the increased global warming below 2 degrees centigrade by any country. Moreover, the transportation sector in Latin America and the Caribbean contributes approximately 34% of global greenhouse gas emission. And the situation has English serious problem health in several cities of region. Air pollution associated with suspended particulate as carbon dioxide and sulfur dioxide, etc., is one of the greatest environmental threats to human health, producing millions of deaths every year, mainly affecting the most vulnerable and marginalized population. This pollution is mainly caused by international combustion vehicles. So in this context, electric vehicles become a sustainable developed tool because their energy comes from significantly less pollution source, which would allow better environmental, social, and economic benefits. The markets electromobility are expanding rapidly. For example, the sales electric vehicle accounting for 90% of the global market in 2021, which make 16.5 million vehicles. This percent 4 times the number of vehicles in 2029. The production of batteries for electric vehicles is also increasing very rapidly, and this statement the production by 2030 will only cover 50% of demand for that year. The road mass of the electric vehicle in our country is still very early compared to European country, and it is trying to make the first step very quickly. The sale of hybrid and electric car during 2021 was 1,055 units, which represent 251.7% compared to those sold in 2020, and 397.5% compared to those sold in 2019, which saw a similar behavior to massification of electric vehicles worldwide. Currently, the battery capacity of new electric vehicles varies between 38 and 77.4 kilowatts hour, with the exception of high-end vehicles such as Tesla Model S, which have the capacity of 207 kilowatts hour. The charging time of electric vehicle varies depends on the power its international charging. Most electric cars have international charging of 7.2 kilowatts. Methodology. The photoelectric effect is a phenomenon that consists in emission of electrons from introduced surface by indecent of high-frequency electromagnetic radiation, causing of ionization of the exist atom, where most of the energy of the incident photon is transformed into kinetic energy of the emitting electron. This incident energy comes basically from the sun, which is a medium-sized star with radius approximately 700,000 kilometers, allowing continuous emit to power in 600 kilowatt per square meter of the surface. As you can see in this graphic, the various y in which electric vehicle can be charged low: 3 to 7 kilowatts semi-fast, 11 to 22 kilowatts fast, 50 to 150 kilowatt an hour. In the chart below, we can see make and model in electric vehicle, the capacity of international battery charging of hour charging and autonomy for hour of charging. For example, Kia is all capacity of international battery charger is 7.2 and autonomy is 50.85. For the development of this case, the V-model methodology was chosen with several phases, where integration tests are performed in the phases are complement, allowing to verify the progress of each of the complement, helping avoid errors. Definition of requirements. Solar photovoltaic systems are made of semiconductor plates of monocrystalline or for polycrystalline silicon and are responsible for transforming high-frequency electromagnetic radiation into electrical energy through the photoelectric effect. For the calculation, the power generated by the photovoltaic system, we use the following equation. Photovoltaic system is average daily energy pollution divided in peak sunshine hour of the month. Coming from if there is the team system or change or this calculator is used this equation where you need to model under current condition. A number one can you
I think Winnie got disconnected.
Disconnected, yeah.
So Mansi, we can either wait for a couple of for 1 minute probably, or move to the next presenter.
So we can wait a few seconds. Otherwise, we can move next presentation.
Sure. Yeah.
And I'm going to try my screen by this username. Can I hear me, please? Could you hear me?
We can hear you, yeah, but you're not presenting anything. Can you share your screen, please?
Yeah. Yes. Functional system. The model of this vehicle charging station proposed is the project is shown the DC and C car system is powered by a solar module for charging little vehicles. The technical design of this system. Three solar photovoltaic systems are required, or each consisting of a 95 photovoltaic module distributed in 5 strings of 90 polycrystalline photovoltaic module, each for each string. A string box is installed to monitor the current flow and detect any anomaly in free phase inverter and watt mirror to ensure the power delivered are also connected to the system. All of them connected to the main electrical panel in the same way as the electrical charger in every power supply, and the new primary grid are also behind as we mentioned. So, modeling phase. The person simulator PVC 7.2, the typical meteorological year was selected based on the data of the PVDS platform that worked with the 2005 and 2015 database provided by the National Renewable Energy Laboratory and geographical region was chosen where we can obtain the higher efficiency of our photovoltaic model. Being select the geographical coordinate latitude minus 12.0651 and longitude minus 75.2049 for the simulation process. Result and function.
The results show that the 95 polycrystalline photovoltaic module of 330 watts from many solar are needed by a string of 19 modules each. A three-phase grid-tie inverter of 27 kilowatts, 580 and 850 volts. Of the Fromness Eco brand, each PV system originates 31.35 kilowatts eco of our operating area of 186 square meters. And the entire charging station generated 91.8 kilowatt pico of power over total area of 568 square meters. The result of the variation of the current originally is photovoltaic system is shown, which means the constant average value of 30 for a 4 voltage lower than 600 volts, and ambient temperature higher than 20 degrees centigrade. Then there is a decay until the reaches zero when the mole is exposed to temperature of minus 10 degrees centigrade. Likewise, the energy supplied by the MPP interval research maximum value of 2,500 kilowatt hour, and then decreases to initial operating values. The electric energy injected by each photovoltaic system has a daily average of 200 to 28 kilowatts hour, making total of 384 kilowatt per day energy provided by the intervoltaic charging station, which is quite optimal for execution of the project. Conclusion. An electric vehicle carrying station using photovoltaic cell is the most efficient way we have to counteract effects caused by the gases emitted mainly by conventional combustion vehicles. In order to implement the electric vehicle charging station, the following process has been followed. In the identification of the carrying of vehicle batteries in the charging process, search for the optimal zone with the best illumination during most of the year. Design station according to the parameters established for each of its parts, such photovoltaic cell, inverters, and protection device. The ultimate carrying station required 95 photovoltaic modules distributed in 5 streams of 19 modules, each a three-phase grid-tie inverter of 25 kilowatts and 580 and 850 volts. Each PV system originates 31.35 kilowatts pico of power over an area of 186 square meters, and the entire charging station generates 91.8 kilowatt pico power over total area of 568 per square meter. This study has both theoretical and practical scope. Has for theoretical scope all the equation, formula, and technical specification that each of the device to be used in project must have are provided. In practical terms, this study recommends applying it in similar situation in those areas where the implementation of the charging station is required, even for other uses such as domestic or industrial. Finally, this project is not free of limitation, both in the theoretical and practical aspect. Some similar stories have very different utilities, objectives than one shown in this text, which allow future research work to better optimize the required. Thank you, and excuse me for the problem.
Did you carry out any experimentation? Hello?
Excuse me?
Did you carry out any practical implementation? Or only simulation?
Process. This is process. Because this is in our country. And also for the cost, it's higher.
Thank you so much, presenter. I would like to request our session chair if you have any other question regarding the presentation, you may ask.
Oh, it's okay.
Shall we move?
Yeah.
So next, I would like to request our next presenter, Constantine, to present his paper on the title Power Line Communication for Long Distance Underwater Application. You may please start with your paper.
Okay. Hello, everybody. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, I'm sharing my screen now. Just 1 second. Do you see the screen now?
Yes.
Okay. Right. This paper is related to some marine engineering and underwater products. More specifically, it's about remotely operated vehicles, which are called also underwater drones. Typical drone or ROV, which is remotely operated vehicle, is as this. You have the vehicle itself. You have a remote control console, which is on the surface, and you have a cable that connects those two. The cable is carrying the power from the surface to the vehicle, also the communication and some other purposes. So in general, the cross-section of this cable, which is more or less the center of this study, the cable is called tether or umbilical in some cases. And this is the cross-section of that cable. Usually it contains some power wires, which are here in the center. Obviously, it needs some communication wires to carry the data up and down to the vehicle. In this case, this A member of the cable are 4 twisted pair wires, exactly as your Ethernet cable, Cat5. We have also some reinforcing threads, because this cable is the only physical connection between the submersible and the surface. So in case of failure, the cable should be strong enough to allow recovery of the vehicle. So this cable actually creates a lot of problems. First of all, it's heavy, and in order to compensate the weight of this cable and make it easier to work with, in this cross section you see member D is buoyancy filler, which is sort of a polyfoam that actually make it neutrally buoyant in water. But adding this member, the cable becomes a little bit thicker, and then the issue comes as a drag. So when you have a vehicle running underwater and the cable attached to the vehicle and the surface vessel, the force that the water applies to the cable drags back the vehicle and creates a negative effect on the movement. So there are a lot of effort to minimize that drag. Obviously, the drag depends on the length of the cable and the diameter. So the length is something that you can't control, because obviously you want to get as far as possible to your vehicle. So the work is focused on the diameter of this cable and trying to reduce it as much as possible. So, as I mentioned, this is sort of a vicious circle problem, because if you want to have more thrust on the water, you need more power, so that your motors, your node thrusters create more power. More power requires thicker cable, because you need thicker wires to get this power down to the vehicle, and the thicker cable creates more drag. So to compensate this more drag, you need more thrust, and you can go forever, and there must be a compromise made at a certain point to stop at a certain diameter and performance. But as I mentioned, the cable diameter is a critical thing for that cable. So we try to reduce this as much as possible. As I said, the cable has only two sort of wiring members. One is power, which is sort of something you can't really remove. But the next thing is the communication. Communication is done over some existing network architectures and standards. In this table, you see the most common of them. The various Ethernet options. VSDL is this broadband subscription you have at your home. And the last one, which is some new addition to this table, is the home plug, which is using your power lines in your home to transmit network signals. So the home plug architecture is like that. You have mains wires, and you have home plug modems here in the middle. And you connect your PCs, laptops, etc. via those modems to the main wires. And the main wires carry the power and also the Ethernet. These modems look like that. They more or less look like standard power adapters, but instead of USB, you have a RJ45 Ethernet slots here. So simply plug those two into sockets, and the devices attached to those two modems can talk to each other. In terms of the underwater vehicle, the wires are actually, the main wires is the tether, and you can use potentially the same wires you use for transmitting the power from the service to the vehicle. You can use them for transmitting the communication as well, which reduces greatly the diameter, because you actually get rid of a lot of wires and use only two. The thing you should check in this situation is whether the power wires can carry the full spectrum of the power line communication. There are a lot of carriers to 24.4 kilohertz apart, from 1.8 to 86 megahertz. So hold this band from 1.8 to 86 should be transmitted over the power line over the tether. In order to get better transmission, we can make the tether look like a twisted pair. So we are coining the term power twisted pair cable, where you have a thicker cable which carries power, probably a few square millimeters wires, but twisted so you can use them for transmitting data as well. And use it as a transmission line. One of the requirements is for the transmission line is to have almost constant impedance over the frequency range, so that you can terminate it with a similar or equal load, and in this way you can have maximum power transmission. This cable was produced, manufactured, and tested for performance and throughput. As you see, this is much simpler version of the cable. You can see the cross section, and you have just the power wires and some reinforcing members in it, nothing else. Much simpler than the cable I showed on the second slide. So the cable has been put through tests, and compared with other options. First option was 500 meters of Ethernet cable, standard Ethernet cable. Next option is 10 meters of Cat5 cable Ethernet. Then the test was for the home plug modems, but without any cable between them, just plugged the sockets next to each other. Then the same modems, but connected over 550 meters tether cable, and the same thing, but with load applied to the end of the cable. So the 500 meters of Cat5, the standard Ethernet cable, didn't work at all, which is expected because it's rated up to 100 meters. The 10 meters Ethernet cable gave the best results. The whole Ethernet structure was 100 megabits, so it actually gave us almost maximum of 97 megabits per second. The two complex modems attached to each other almost gave a little bit less, but still very impressive. The 550 meter theta really reduced the throughput, but still not too bad, to be honest. I'll explain later what it means. And the 500 meters with the load performs even better. So one more test is performed for the latency, because you don't want a huge delay over this cable, and the latency is very, very small. You see 5 milliseconds, which is nothing. There are some video snapshots of the real device using this technology and put on 75 meters below the sea level. And these are real pictures taken from the seabed. I was about to tell you that these megabits per second are plenty for transmitting HD videos. So the underwater vehicle equipped with a camera can transmit really high definition quality video stream up to the surface. So it proved that the power twisted pair cable is really a good option and good alternative for the existing solutions. So that was all. Thank you very much. And if you have any questions.
Yeah. Actually, power line carrier communication is very old concept.
Yeah, it's very old. I'm just saying that it's never been used for real commercial underwater vehicles.
No, only it was in downstream. But two-way communication was not possible.
I didn't hear the first sentence, sorry.
Did you test it for two-way communication, upstream and downstream?
Yes.
Upstream and downstream both?
Yeah, both stream is, let me share again. In this, you see the first is downstream, the second is upstream.
Okay.
Yeah, so they are not quite the same. As you see here, it's even worse. I'm not sure why, because the modems are equal, but I believe that don't make them equal, because normally in the home networking, you have downstream much more than upstream. So maybe in these devices here.
Moreover, I suppose you have not used these transformers and substations in your this one testing. You are tested at low voltage.
No, I tested at high voltage. No, it's just about as it should be. They've been plugged and powered, so I tested over the power line carrying power to the vehicle.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
I just have a question. For me, I understand it's an old technology, but it's interesting actually what you are doing. Have you been commercializing this already?
Yes, they've been ordered 2 vehicles for the local technical university for a project for marine exploration in the current, I think, Horizon 2020. And we've been manufacturing those, so we delivered 2 vehicles and they are in operation now.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting. Thank you.
Okay. I can show a picture of them if you want, but okay.
Thank you so much, presenter, and our session's here. Next, I would like to invite our presenter, Alexander Argandona Mamani, to present this paper on paper title, Predicting Election Results with Machine Learning. May you please start with your paper?
Good morning.
Yes. Please start.
Good morning, gentlemen. International Congress of Information and Communication Technology. My name is Alexander Arganoya Mamani. I am studying University Autónoma. I will present article predicting election result by machine learning or review of center literature from outline, introduction, methodology, result, discussion, and conclusion. Introduction. Electoral process of the most important events in democratic countries in order to bring information about this event to voters. Various media apps use such as social network due to massive use, easy access, and ability to store the opinion of voters about them. Candidates ways why is they become a great source of data analysis. However, of this difficult for iteration methods, which is why a review of automatic learning models for the processing of the electoral result data carry out. The analyzing the data that comes for traditional methods at bring way from user and bots. Therefore, the objects of the article is the review of machine learning model data processing in relation to operation of the result. Methodology, research question, identify the most used machine learning models for the prediction of the electoral result, identify the accuracy index for the prediction model, identify the mean absolute error of the forecast models. El objective, the review of machine learning model for data processing in relation to the processing electoral result. 1,613 scientific articles from the database were identified. 28 duplicate articles were discarded. Then why 1,610 selected articles. Around 1,465 articles date were related to research topic and the risk groups. Result. And can be sent there integrate production of articles in the country, the Estados Unidos, why about 22 publications. However, for the other country, the magnitude of publication does not exceed the 1.6 publication, which are Brazil, Paraguay, Argentina, Mexico, Chile, Romania, Turkey, France, Netherlands, Ireland. They have one each. Finland, Italy, China, Pakistan, one have two each. India, Indonesia, 4, United Kingdom 6, 5, Germany 5, España 6, 3. A neural of bibliometric analysis with keyword is shown. Having different insights distributed to the number of reference provision article heads, as the connection why other word is observed, why refer for the correlation that exists in this set of words. All this find was viewer software. A model while long meant absolute error. Tenemos recurrent networks, neural networks, sentiment analysis, temporal dimming, both wide subter nodes, multi-layer networks, neural networks. Discussion. What is our most used machine learning model of prediction of electoral results? I've shown the most used model in the election prediction is sentiment analysis. Science models emphasizes the abstraction of textual emotion using social network. However, in the contrast that the data are not only used for prediction election. Results but are also often used for improving election campaign. Furthermore, the different social platforms they are not used. Stating that the Twitter platform is a safe platform for prediction election results. Second, we have text analysis weights as similar weights. Sentiment analysis is mostly used the same type of data. Identifier is the accuracy index for the prediction models. With performance in analysis of the accuracy specified 20 manuscripts, they answer this question. First, where have the random forest, model white and the Axucare, red 19.7, however, if different from which of the accuracy rate 6.19.4. For the system analysis models, which method out sentiment analysis is more we use. It's not model optimized ref reveal more deep type of model does not require request K-log, they achieve the level of accuracy. In rank sequence, YRAT 19.1, using the recurring neural model, this model unlike the reference models. Require of the K-log and the high level of computation. Identify the model absolute error operation models. From the analysis paper 5, the main absolute error, the model was identified. First, we have in error 1 for the recurrent neural network models, we have of understand the model of the optimal performance. While obtain this error, in second place, we admit absolute error 13. We have the sentiment analysis model. This model was used of sentiment community. However, the performance is not the highest finally. We are ratified. Using the multi-layer network models, Osmond reaching the level of in why they determine the regression method. Have a rate no high that 6. This meant that network in regression models are the limit of non-considered optimal models. Conclusion. To conclude, after carrying of the system review of the literature, Y69 manuscript related to the research topic is a conclude that one of the models most used of the academic community is the sentiment analysis. This model had a trend between the year 2018 to 2020 currently. The trend of the model is cause is accuracy rate of around performance for the West April implementation. Thank you.
So it was a review paper, na?
Yes.
Literature review. Hello?
Hello, lo escuchan.
Yeah, this is a review paper. You have done
General,
review. You have done literature review.
in general, use machine learning predictive election result of the great importance of allow the analysis of large amount of data from social network and digital media will provide valuable information about voter opinion of they have.
Okay.
So Alexander, thank you so much. I just have a question. There are very similar review papers that I have seen actually about predicting election results with AI and machine learning. So what makes this paper very unique? What's different in your paper comparing to similar review papers that are talking about prediction election in using machine learning?
Yes. No,
do you understand me? Do you hear me, Alexander?
Machine learning model of the ability of detect parts in the data not obvious to humans and make accurate prediction based on information.
I have no idea what you're saying. I don't understand, Alexander. Anyway, thank you so much.
Yes.
Thank you so much, President, and our session is here. Next, I would like to invite our presenter, Salma Mosby Zeed Mohammed, to present her paper on paper title Proposing Architecture of the Smart Campus. May you please start with your paper?
Hello, good evening, everyone. Could you see my presentation?
Yes.
Okay. Hello, good evening, everybody. I would like to introduce myself. I'm Salma Musbah Zaid, a lecturer in Sirte University, Libya. I would like to present my research paper, which is a proposal architecture of smart campus. So this is my outline of my presentations. When we come to the smart campus, actually, along with the technology development, people's lifestyle and work habits and guns and trends transformation, as well as the way of the learning. So the smart campus, the gradual change of the learning environment and increased demand for the personalized and adaptive learning have pushed the reform and development in the form of the smart education systems. Also, smart campus came into the reality and has received more attention over the world, and it's create a smart learning environment to the citizen in the transforming them into the smart workforce and making it integral part of the smart city framework. So the development and the popularity of the smart campus also support the knowledge economy. As we can see, the smart education market is forecast to growth at compound annual growth rate is 15.96% during the period of 2018 until 2022. So this is technology, as we can see, is a fast changing domain, which is need to perform activity and research obtain a clear understanding of the smart campus and its properties. So when we come to the smart campus is actually the development in the technology calls for the evolution from the traditional education strategies with the face-to-face learning to the smart now. And that new education describe the innovation education such as smart classroom, smart learning environment, and smart e-learning, and so on. So actually the smart campus development which support the knowledge economy, and also on the hand, the advance of the information communication technologies and artificial intelligence, which create a perspective opportunity for the education institution to both the higher education standard and the environment. So as the technology domains, we can see emphasize the state of the art technology and their potential application in the smart campus, such as augmented reality and also Internet of Things, cloud computing with the background 5G network. So when we come to the framework of the smart campus with the key knowledge, supporting the operations, as we can see. So this is operation which play the main role of the campus management systems as implementing and running an integrated campus management system is essential in operating the smart campus effectively, as well as the integrated campus campus management system. Integrate with the support evolving technologies as we know, for example, Internet of Things and the cloud computing, and so on, and so on. So, in the fact, this key area in which integrate campus management system play pivot roles in the evolution of the smart campus. So when we come to the development of the smart campus wouldn't be possible without the innovation in the technology, and the main technology support the smart campus. As we know, right now, the technology is go up every minute, every day. For example, cloud computing and Internet of Things, augmented reality, and artificial intelligence. So when we come to the cloud computing, is a distributed computation model that enables convenient on-demand network access to the shared pool of the configurable computing resource. And also, popularization of the cloud-based platform has been identified as a key trend in the technology enhance the smart learning domain. And also the cloud computing enabling learning activities into the unstructured environment, and it allowed the learner to gain fast access to the online learning resource and the service at any time and anywhere. So the cloud-based learning platform in the Smart Campus virtual learning material could be created and seamlessly shared with the expand time and state dimension teaching and learning. So also in the second part of the technologies, the Internet of Things, as we can see, the sense device and advanced communication technologies expand the Internet connectivity on the physical device every day objectives. So in the perspective of the Internet of Things, which is carry out the three main aspects. As we can see, the Internet of Things provide the information platform for the instructors to track the students' learning progresses, and also automate the smart campus operation and the smart teaching courses. Psychological recognition based on the Internet of Things technology is adapted in the smart campus, which can track the students' cognitivity in their learning activity. So also in the augmented reality, experience in which real world is augmented by the virtual content, and also allow the seamless overlay and mix between computer generation content and our really world perceptions. So the augmented reality provides different ways of the instructions and gain to the reinforce the learning environment. So the smart campus with the AI technology, students seem to gain better knowledge and understanding what is going on around of them. So also in the last technology, we can use it as the artificial intelligence computation science of the making machines or systems to learn how to experience and performance a human task applied. This algorithm will should be able to maximize the the chance of the agents to the successfully achieve its goal to interaction with the environment from the data. Also has recently against a significant success in many real-world applications. Also the AI technique that add intelligent attribute to the device and the systems. So when we come to the our proposal architecture, the human learning smart campus, the smart campus acts as a key field of the smart cities. They are often under the similar socio-economic, environmental, and geographical content, meaning they share similar infrastructures. And also the communication channels, service, transport, networking, even challenge and needs. Investigate the human learning smart campus based on the three main categories: design criteria and definition of institution, also structure designs. Because of the limit time, I will not go by details for each one, so I will give a brief for each one. For the design criteria, actually based on the existing work, the following criteria that should be reflect when deploying the immersive technology on the smart campus. So it can be for the human-centered, learning-oriented, and interdisciplinary. So for the second part of the proposal, which is define the institutions, Actually, the existing proposal on the smart campus are mainly technology lead the interdisciplinary factor and bear the design criteria in mind, where investigate the future campus as a human learning smart campus, which is defined as an educational environment that is been penetrated with the enabling technology for a smart service to enhance education performance. So the last part, which is the structural design, in the main body of the smart campus consists of the three layers, which is surround the stakeholder, which is the infrastructure, technology, and service layers. The outmost layer serves as the underlying infrastructure of the smart campus, while the innermost layer include the element and can be direct applied and take effect on the stakeholder. The framework takes a stakeholder at a center, indicating that activities in the smart campus layers, although some of them are not directly connected to the stakeholder, so should centric on the stakeholder interest. So we go by details in our proposal, which is the framework, as you can see in this figure, where the Smart Campus Act an important part in the context of the smart city to provide education service. So to the young generation, it's all connected to the other domains within smart city, such as economic, also sociality, environmental, and so on. In the way that interdisciplinary, we can say disciplinary factor maybe concentrate development of the smart campus. This is reflect the this interdisciplinary nature of the smart campus. Layers of the smart campus. So as we mentioned the previous slide, we have three layers with surround the stakeholder. So first of all, the stakeholder, which is the planning, concentrate, and maintains the use of the smart campus, involve the participant of the multiple stakeholder, include students and the staff, academic staff, non-academic staff, and management teams. Therefore, the feedback from these stakeholders is of a great significance to development of the human learning smart campus. Generally, due to the different role of the stakeholder, their needs and contribution on the campus, smartness debate to the fully understanding and this stakeholder is essential for maximize the value.
Sorry to interrupt, dear presenter, you have last 1 minute.
Okay. So we have another infrastructure which is the infrastructure layer and technology layer and the service layer. I will give a brief for each one. For the infrastructure, it's important for the smart campus development since it's built as a fundamental of this layer, and which is referred to the not only for the technology, also for the staff that design and maintain this is layer. For the technology, it's represent immediate layer for the proposal as shown in this figure. Also, it's not connected to the learning directed. So for the service of this is proposal, abbreviation of the smart campus should directly or indirectly influence student learning outcome. Where the learning-oriented service as a smart campus can be divided into three categories: initial service and personalized service and additional service. For the essential service, which is fundamental smart function provided by the campus, which is generally applied to every student, as you can see here. For the second one, which is the personal service, actually include the tailored service for the individual person, and delivered contents would be different from the everyone within the campus, as you can see. And for the additional service, it's actually some extra on the top of the previous service, could also serve a good infrastructure. So as we can see, this is the additional service. When we come to the stakeholder interactions, as we mentioned in the previous slide, we have three main stakeholder, which is student, academic staff, non-academic staff, management, and also the parents. So the interaction between this stakeholder, as you can illustrate in this figure, the interaction among the smart campus stakeholder and service, where each partial ring shape cover the stakeholder who would potential against benefit from the using include service. The link using between a stakeholder denotes how their interaction can be improved by using a smart service. So the contribution of this service on the four relevant stakeholder involve more efficient learning, management, and supporting with the campus and with the more technologies, as we can mention, Internet of Things, cloud computing, augmented reality, and artificial intelligence. So when we come to the conclusion of my research, is as we can know, the smart campus receive increasing research attention over the world. Also, this is a study proposal framework for the human learning smart campus, which is defined as education environment that penetrated with the enabling technology for the smart service to enhancing education performance while meeting stakeholder interests. Thank you so much for your attention and for your time. You can feel free to ask me.
It is a literature review.
Hello?
It is a literature review. You have not given any details of what literature you have read, what research papers you have gone through.
My research or the literature review, previous literature review? Could you clear your question, please?
Which research papers you have read and proposed this architecture?
I couldn't able to understand you, and the voice not clear.
Yeah, which literature you have gone through?
Which?
Literature, research papers.
Yeah. I didn't go through the literature review here because not a lot of time. So there are a lot of literature review define and investigate a smart campus with the respect to the smart education revolution. For example, vision for the development of the intelligent campus, and also design development of the smart learning environment are explored. And also the blend learning concept and its application in the smart campus are covered in many research. And for this research focus on the innovation education concept, which is go through the previous study and join all of them in one proposal. I hope I answer your question both.
Okay.
So Salma, we don't have much time, but a quick question. This architecture that you are proposing is a typical architecture, actually. I don't see anything very, different than the typical smart campus architectures. So what are you proposing in here?
Again?
What are you exactly proposing? It's a typical campus.
Yeah. I got your question, Bob. Actually, this is research expected contribution throughout my research to provide the benchmark reference of the smart campus for the international education providers or government and also technological companies provide such service for this architectures.
So you're basically explaining what's this architecture is.
Yeah, this is highlight the interdisciplinary view of the smart campus based on the integral view of the supporting technologies and existing smart campus propositions. We envision and define the frame of a human-centered learning-oriented smart campus that actually primarily aim at the elevating students' learning experience and institution education equality in the piece of the technological development. Besides the interdisciplinary factor that either promote or concentrate the smart campus revolution of discussed. So the expected outcome of my research to provide the benchmark reference of the smart campus for the international educations providers, as I mentioned, are the government and technological companies.
I understand, Salma. It's already there, what you're explaining. It's already online and available. That's what I was explaining. Anyway, thank you so much.
Thank you so much,
Yeah,
presenter,
you are welcome.
and our session chair. So next, I would like to invite our next presenter, Carvajal Montalban Walter Piro, to present his paper on the topic Video Game in Unity for the Learning Process in the Mathematics course in Children. May you please start with your paper?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, hi everyone. Today I will present my paper entitled Video Game Unity for the Learning Process in the Mathematics course in Children. Following the outline, I will talk first about the introduction, then the methodology, then the result and discussion, and finally the conclusion. Introduction. Nowadays, we live in a world of great changes, which is witnessing innovation practically every day. This situation involves all aspects of our lives, and the world of education is no exception. And the traditional way of teaching mathematics to today's children no longer has the same effect as it had on the children of the past generations. Because nowadays different things attract children's attention, such as information technology, which can act as distractor if they don't use it correctly. We find the fact that there are teachers who lack knowledge of information technology. Some of them are not willing to learn to use technological tools for the teaching process. However, it is known that the number of young teachers who are willing to work with technologies and seek to innovate teaching to capture the children's attention increase. Therefore, the study of the impact of video games is a topic of special interest, not only from the perspective of consumer, production companies, and public administration, but also because video games are a socializing agent that has a great influence on the cultural values.
Dear presenter, your presentation slides are not moving. Please check.
Right?
Your presentation slides are not moving.
You're not done slideshow. Do a slideshow, then it will move ahead. Slideshow, F5.
And it is essential to emphasize that video games influence the part of population that consume them. Two studies are being carried out on the cognitive implication of video game and how they influence education. Education has been the same for decades, and over the year, it has not been so different, having a folder, a teacher, notebooks, pens, and the possibility of improving a book for learning. Nowadays, children grow up with technology in the palm of their hands, and the way of doing things is very different from those who were not born in the technological era. So children with technology at hand need to know different learning methods and techniques to attract their interest. One of the ways to establish improvement in the educational world is through the use of technology tool. For that reason, a video game has been developed and implemented in which children can interact and learn in a didactic way to the basic concept of the mathematics, since they are fixed years elementary school students. Now, what we want to achieve in this research is to provide a technological proposal which will help improve student learning in the mathematical course, showing a significant increase in the 3 KPIs. Methodology. I compared the Scrum methodology with the XP methodology. Both methodologies have an agile approach. Both are governed by the fact.
Your slides are not moving, so please press F5 key to move your slides, or either press slides to option. Audible to you?
Yeah. It's short.
Press F5 key, press F5.
Well, by the fact that we're shooting autonomy, transparent communication, and realization, right? But I choose the Scrum methodology because it's a management framework for incremental product development using one or more cross-functional self-organizing teams. It provides a structure of roles, meeting roles, and artifacts. Teams are responsible for creating and adapting their processes within this framework. The object of this methodology is to maximize the return on investment for the business. It is based on the initial creation of the most valuable functions for the customer and principles of continuous testing.
Dear presenter, you can please manually change your slide number. You are still on introduction slide.
My introduction slide?
Yes. Please change your slide manually.
I didn't hear very well.
Fahal, you are now showing us slide number 5, which is introduction. So please move to the slide that you want to show to us. Yes, please.
Yes, I press F5 and now to expand.
Okay, make sure when you talk, change the slide, okay?
Right.
Continue, please.
Well, the other methodology that I didn't choose is XP or String Programming Methodology, which is a software developed discipline based on agile methods, which evidence principles such as incremental development, active customer participation, and focus on people rather than processes as the main element, and the acceptance of change and simplicity. The seminal work was published by Ken Beck in 1999 and took the name extreme programming to recognize practice in software development and customer involves at the screen levels. And the conclusion of this part is that the Scrum methodology is flexible, team, and also quickly adaptable. Result and discussion. Students' concentration time is showed the results obtained from the experimental group concerning the pre-test and post-test. It is observed that the level of interest of the student increased by 40.30% over the interest they have during the development of mathematical course in a typical day. Academic result. It showed the result obtained by the experimental group concerning the pre-test and post-test. It is observed that the academic results have increased by 35.73%. And degree of satisfaction of the student. It showed the result obtained from the experimental group concerning the pre-test and post-test. It is observed that the degree of satisfaction has increased on the part of the student. Right? Conclusion. In this research article, we have presented a review of research of the benefit of the use of ICT in children learning, concluding that these contribute greatly to their academic performance, self-learning, and creativity in addition to increase their enthusiasm for the course, encouraging research and wanting to support and teach their peers. In this article, a video game was developed with Unity and Visual Studio Code as a tool to improve learning in the mathematics course for elementary school students, providing additional didactic information along with questionnaires to measure the progress of their knowledge. It has been observed that the use of the video game significantly improves learning in the mathematical course due to increase of 35.73% in their grades, and the concentration, time, and enthusiasm for learning and higher by 40.30%. The results showed that the proposed video game has succeeded in promoting self-learning, didactic learning, research, and fellowship. It is recommended for future research to develop much more didactic and much more complete video game for the other areas of course. Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you, Carvel. I have a question. So how did you come up with calculating these data? You said the knowledge increase would be 35.7% more if we use video games. What kind of data have you used? How could you come up with this number? Did you compare it to something else?
I don't listen very well. Maybe can you repeat the question, please?
Sure. You have written that according to your research, video games will increase the knowledge by 35.7% if they are using video games for child. How did you come up with that number? Have you done any simulation for kids taking the same course using video games and then offline?
Yes, the video games is is a video game for PC, and is installed from PC and PC.
Oh, you're not hearing my question.
But,
you're not hearing
no,
my
yeah.
question.
But these numbers I obtained for surveys, exams, and others. More is for survey exams, and
I'm not sure if I can understand you actually.
Yeah, the same video game obtain results with some exams proof.
Never mind. Thank you so much.
Right. Thank you.
Is there any other question?
Oh, it's okay.
Thank you so much, our presenter and our session. I sincerely thank our author for the excellent presentation in the conference and all our participants for being a part of this international conference. I hope this session was knowledgeable enough for you all. On behalf of our whole team, I want to thank you to all for the support during this 8th version and the previous 7th version. And we will be happy to have you in the 9th version in 2024. All the presenters would be getting their digital certificate through email within 2 working days. Further, all the papers has already been forwarded to the Springer. The publication will be live within 6 months. Kindly cooperate with the team ICICT 2023. I want to thank our session chair, Dr. Bayar Sahab and Mahesh Kunde for chairing the session. And there is a token of appreciation to the Mahesh Kunde and Bayar Sahab on behalf of team ICICT 2023 and Global Knowledge Research Foundation and partners. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
And all our presenters for your valuable presence. Now I would like to request all the presenters to switch on their cameras for a quick snapshot of this virtual conference. Thank you so much. Stay happy, stay safe.
Thank you, guys. Have a good day. You've done a great job. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Thank
Thank you,
you
sir.
for hospitality. Thank you.